Prince, what's one myth people believe about your side of the market that you wish you could debunk right now?
There's a few, but one that I continue to hear is that there's more supply than demand when it comes to, let's just say, villas and townhouses, as that's what's leading the secondary market this year. People are saying that there's so many empty townhouses, so many empty villas, they don't know who's coming to Dubai, but in most communities, especially, I don't really want to say premium communities, but in good communities, the demand is so high for potential investors, for clients to get into these communities. So there's not as much available as people assume. And for me, that's a big myth that I hear all the time. Like, why are they building this? Why are they building that? Who's going to live there? It must be empty. But again, earlier in relation to what you said, most things sold out. So again, there's a plan already. So even if you base it on that, there's nothing available.
Just based upon that, and it's true. And if you go around and look at some of these villa communities, for example, you've still got people entering into a resale community, purchasing a property, doing a renovation, 6 months, 12 months, whatever the case may be, putting it back on the market, and I haven't seen anyone do well from it. But that's also down to the fact of where we are right now in the market in general for Dubai. You are seeing a lot of people move over, and they want something turnkey, and they're willing to pay for
level,
it.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's the myth. So the myth from your side is people think that there's so much stock, not enough. So supply and demand. So I agree. I think supply and demand is an issue in this market, and people will disagree.
We're finally going to agree on something.
Wow, that's the first. But again, this is again how the market's maturing. You are seeing that now in the townhouses and the villas.
Yeah.
In the apartments, I'm not saying there's parity at all, but there is certainly, look, the apartment market is 70-75% of the market from a resi side of things. 25 to 30% is villas, but certainly you are seeing that. Obviously, when you launch a tower, that could be several hundred units, right? Yeah. So it's easier to get a lot more units to market in apartments than it is villas and townhouses. So villas and townhouses, certainly I see from a end user renovation perspective, there's more people doing that than what they are in the apartments.
But just before you finish, just to add, the townhouse and villa aspect as well, it is an indication that more people want to live here. And they want to bring their family, they want to have their children here and their families.
They want to relocate.
They want to build
home.
In comparison to an apartment, they trial Dubai, they see if it's for them. And then as their family tends to get bigger, then they start to look at affordable villa community, townhouse.
I've seen a lot more people still purchase, say, apartment communities, but maybe more with the investment mindset, and then the villa and townhouse is home.
Yes,
definitely. So, I can't have you guys agreeing. This is weird. So anyway, let's jump straight. So what's the myth from an off-plan perspective that you wish you could debunk right now?
I mean, I heard a lot of myths today. I kept hearing about how risky off-plan is, and I think any investment is risk, right? We can all agree on that. And off-plan is no different. Neither is secondary. But what off-plan compensates. What it offers is risk-adjusted return. It compensates with a few things, like what I mentioned earlier: lower cost of entry, flexible payment plans, maintaining liquidity on your cash flows, capital appreciation. And you've got 15 years ago, off-plan was risky. And I think it's not been able to sort of shake that off yet, but we're in a very different market now. You have RERA oversight, you have escrow accounts, you have very strict building milestones, you have bank guarantees, and you have developer credibility, which is something that you kept alluding to as well. Based on all of this, we don't have the same risk exposure in off-plan that we used to have many years ago.
Agreed.
Considering the fact that now a lot of developers have to either put in 30% of the construction cost into escrow themselves or build up to 30%. The mechanism in which the developer actually profits on an off-plan development it's in his vested interest to complete this project as quickly as possible, because their profitability is locked in at the very end. So the delays that you're talking about no longer actually apply to developments that are happening at the moment, as long as that criteria is being met. The biggest risk and the only risk in off-plan is buying the wrong development. That's where we come in. And we advise and consult on identifying, based on your goals and your investment size, what is the right project for you based on your exit strategies and holding time period. That's the biggest myth for off-plan. I've heard that a lot today, but that doesn't apply anymore to this market.
So you're saying, okay then, so in summary then, I think both got positive actually, that purchasing anything in off-plan these days compared to 10, 15 years ago, it's just not the same process. The guarantees are a lot stronger. You're right, the government and the authorities and the powers that be have put things in motion, such as escrow, such as escrow, and ensuring that the developer has the funds in place. They can't do construction otherwise, bank guarantees and whatnot. So it's certainly a lot safer and less risky than what it was. Likewise, though, with regards to...
I do have to say this. This is I was speaking with an investor who came in through a personal referral somebody had sold before from Romania. And we were just talking about the regulatory market over there. And this guy was blown away. He said, how you guys have come up with a system that doesn't exist on this side of the world. We have one of the strongest regulatory real estate markets in the region. We cannot discount that when we're talking about off-plan. That conversation is a decade obsolete.
It's the same though with secondary. Like if you're looking at how people were buying and selling in other parts of the world in relation to the process, you could be waiting for 6 months for something to transfer, whereas in Dubai it can be as quick as a week. So for me as well, if we're going to talk about the market, how it's impacted and improved Dubai, the secondary, again, you can have your name on a title deed and be full owner within the space of what, seven days.
Funny. So the one thing which is interesting, so I agree with both your issues. One about the fact that there are supply and demand issues, and one that the off-plan is certainly a lot safer now than what it was 10 years ago. But the one thing that I think is interesting about the secondary side of things, which it's never been a factor here in Dubai compared to say other parts of the world, is the fact that you can purchase quickly. But I do think we are going to, as we are slowly starting to see more mortgage buyers enter the market, it's going to be interesting to see that if we ever get to the stage like, say, in the UK, where you have the chains. You know, I'm selling to this person, so he's selling to somebody else, and if there's one crack in that chain, that affects a lot of things. So I think there's a lot more liquidity here. However, I think factors like this are something that will come up, but they will only come up as the market matures. Likewise with off-plan, they thought they had a good system in place, but they realized that there were some developers out there that weren't as
adhering.
Yes, compared to others.
Risk.
And they noticed that they were issues, and they managed to plug those gaps. Likewise, it would be the same thing when we do end up getting to the stage where you have chains and so on and so forth. I think ultimately we're in a very interesting market. It's overly dynamic, it's changing all the time, and it's buoyant. So I think if you're in secondary or in primary, you might not agree or disagree on this one, that both are benefiting from each other.
Look, I love the secondary market. I think it's the backbone of any mature market.
Yes.
But the upside that off-plan offers is just unparalleled. When the market is hot, and it has been hot for the last 5 years, and it will continue to do so, operate this way for the next few years at least. So the secondary market is there to absorb whatever off-plan sort of brings to market, and it is necessary to have both functions.
Yeah, agreed. You can't have one without the other, right?
Yeah.
That's all right.